Hi there, we are back. It is Jennifer here at Platinum Skincare. I am the CEO, and this is Dora.
Hello, nice to be here today.
How's it going? All right,
All right, we're good, we're connected, all is well.
Also, I was just looking, I'm like, oh, we look weird for a minute there.
Yes, it did a little
glitchy
dance thing, but we're okay.
All right, hopefully we're there.
Perfect.
Okay, well, we are back to answer your questions, and the questions that we've received that we're answering were all submitted at peeluniversity.com. So if you have a question and you're watching this at a later date, go to peeluniversity.com and submit the question for a future live, and we'll be sure to answer your question on a future live, depending on when you're watching this. I don't even want to say next time, but yeah. Okay. So here we are. So you got your list of questions.
I do.
Go.
We're ready to go. Okay, so our first question comes from Sandy Chi. She has combination skin. She lives in Canada, Fitzpatrick of 4. She says, hello, ladies. I have deep stretch marks from a teenage growth spurt, and I'm hoping if you could recommend a peel and regimen that could help reduce the appearance, so I can barely notice or care about it. I tried microneedling, but I got hyperpigmentation in the whole area, and that just freaked me out. I would really appreciate your help with this. Thank you.
Okay, Fitzpatrick 6, so
dark skin.
Very dark skin. So we have to be careful what we're doing. Now, I mean, number one, I just want to recommend, like, when you have any kind of scarring, and you know, a stretch mark is a scar.
Yes.
You know, the number one scar treatment that you could do on an everyday basis is like the Super Cop 2X. This is something that you just put on there. You don't need a lot either. This bottle should last you a year or more. Even when we're talking about stretch marks on the body, you need the tiniest amount. Put that on there. You can even use a little bit of emo oil on top to give it some penetration and moisturization. Something like this every single day is going to help with stretch marks. Now, if you want to further help to break them down, you can try to use acids. Now, you can either use something like, you know, the Triple Treat Body Lotion, which is 25% acid. This would be safe for any skin coloring. Something that you could put on, you know, starting with at least, you're just gonna be putting this on just a spot area. So you could potentially put this on every day, but if you are experiencing any irritation, cut back. Because usually we say to do this, you know, 3 times, maybe 3 to 5 times a week.
Right.
Another option, I mean, we have our Serum 30, which is generally for the face, so this is more economical if you're working on the body.
Very true.
But you could do a peel. If you're gonna do a peel on Fitzpatrick 6, you obviously have to prep the skin with a melanin inhibitor. For the darker the skin, the longer the prep. So, I mean, I would bare minimum 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks. Yeah, with something like Fade Bright, and this does come in a bigger bottle if you're doing larger areas. If you want to do a peel, I would still suggest a milder peel, maybe like the TCA 13. I would not go stronger than that with a Fitzpatrick 6. Maybe do 2 layers, use a Q-tip, and then you can just put it right on the stretch mark only. And I think that's something that you should do. You're going to have to do that, obviously, on a monthly basis.
Yes.
And that should work really well for you, you know, and then continue. You still want to do the Super Cop 2X.
Yes.
So after your peel, I would wait, you know, maybe a week or so, and then you can get back to putting the Super Cop 2X on. And that should work well. All right, on to the next.
Okay, so Liz has a short question. She just wants to know if our TCA is medical grade.
Well, it's as medical grade as it could potentially get. I mean, there is no specific medical grade, but it is certified, meaning that it is guaranteed to be the exact percentage and pH level that we are stating it is. It also comes with your safety seal on it, especially if you're purchasing the box. You know, so this is safety sealed, so you know that it has not been tampered with. Anything that's in here is certified by us and our, you know, laboratory.
And we do sell to doctors' offices and spas the exact same solution that you...
Dora is the one that does this.
Yeah. The same solution that you're buying online is the exact same solution that the doctors and spas call to order for their back bar.
Yes, they just order it in the bigger bottles, generally speaking.
Recap, Shelly is basically doing multi-layered TCA or Jesner peels.
Yep.
She is experiencing dry skin even after she's done peeling.
Right?
So she's starting back her cleansers, her Fade Bright, her Dermasnap, everything. And then she's trying to incorporate her vitamin C infusion at night.
Thought, okay, I don't know how long she's been using these products, but potentially vitamin C and fusion can be drying, right? Because this is an acid. Right. So I just want to make sure that you're using the tiniest amount of this, like a half a pea size maybe.
Right.
And if you could, mix it with a pump of nano and apply that together to your skin. And then when you're doing your fusion, I would suggest cutting back the times per week you're using this, maybe like 3 times a week. I don't know how many times you're using that, but this is definitely drying, especially if you haven't been using it for a very long time. Retinoids are drying. So just cut back on this. I'm trying to moisturize. And this nano hyaluronic, I'm telling you, this is so moisturizing. I see you also have emu oil.
Well, she's saying, is it okay to top off with emu oil? Of course, yes.
Yes, when you're done, remember you put your serums on, then you put your creams on, and then you can top off with an oil. Yes. The only thing that would ever go on top of an oil would be your sunblock if it's daytime. So absolutely, and like I said, get this nano hyaluronic too. This is gonna really help because this pulls moisture to your skin.
She says she also has Regenerate Supercap 2X and Serum 30. So Serum 30 is going to add to that dryness.
Another drying product. So
but she hasn't started using the Serum 30 yet.
Okay.
She said, when should I try that? In the morning? That's going to be...
Evening, I would say.
Yeah, that's going to be hard with the vitamin C.
Yeah, evenings, and you're going to, if we're cutting back the, let's say we'll use Fusion maybe 2 times, and then your Serum 30 maybe 2 times. 1 to 2 times, because these are all potentially drying. Don't use toner. I see the toner. Don't use the toner.
She has a 6-in-1 toner, she said, and that's too drying for me as well. She goes, I keep hearing great things about the Serum 30. Well, I think you should certainly start with Serum 13 or Serum 15 first. 30 is quite strong.
Yeah, what you could do to cut it in half on your own, you can take a little pump of that Serum 30 and then take a pump of, let's say, our Nano. Again, love this product. Boom, mix it together, mix that, now you've cut it in half. Okay, so now when you apply that, now you've only got 15%.
Yeah.
Try that. Yeah. And then any extra, put it on your arms or hands for that first layer. So you're not using just a ton of it on your face. Because it can be drying.
Linda is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She has a Fitzpatrick of 2. I'm currently using Supercap 2X on a pretty regular basis, sometimes nightly or every other night. I also use Fade Bright and Retin-A/Tretinoin 0.10 at night. Do you recommend using GHK Luxe Eye Cream at the same time?
I think that's fine as long as the tretinoin is not on the eyes, right? Because GHK will be damaged by the acid that is tretinoin. So as long as that's not in your eye area, that's perfectly fine. If for some reason you're also putting that on your eye area, then you might want to use that GHK Luxe during the day.
Okay.
That would be your solution.
All right. Next question is from Aedah. She is from Colorado. Fitzpatrick of 4 has dry skin. I have acne scars. Which peeling can I use on my face, and what products can I use before and after? Thank you.
So Fitzpatrick 4.
Acne scars.
Acne scars.
She doesn't say if they're indentation scars.
I was just going to say, are they just marks?
Yeah.
Well, if it's just marks, there's hyperpigmentation. Obviously, you want to be using things like, retinoids that make your skin turn over very quickly. So Fusion A, 0.15, 3 times a week to start will get rid of those really quickly. Another option, if you're already using retinoids and things like that, you can use Fade Bright. This will help to get rid of dark marks on the skin. And if we're talking about depressed scars, then we can do like the TCA cross method, and that's, where you take the wooden pick and dip it into your TCA 30 and then depress it into the hole, and you can do that once every 5 weeks. And you can look at the video on the website for the directions on how to do that. Knowing that you're a Fitzpatrick 4, I would still pre-treat. Yes, actually, I wasn't thinking about
Absolutely.
that.
Yes.
So you definitely want to use Fade Bright for 3 to 4 weeks before you do that because we don't want to end up with post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So that's the easiest one for that. So I think we've answered all those.
All right. So Lisa is from California, Fitzpatrick of 3. My husband has very thin skin on his hands and arms from sun damage. He was a truck driver. What do you recommend for this, please?
Well, we don't have it up here, but there's that Crepey Skin Escape
Oh, yeah,
by
absolutely.
Dr. Lockhart. That would be a really good option. That's something that you can put on. It's a
Yes.
nice big jar. Another thought is the Triple Treat Body Lotion. That could still be used at least 3 times a week, maybe 4 times a week.
What about a little emu oil?
Emu oil is a skin thickener. So yeah, that's definitely something that he can put on. And the only thing I was thinking is I just said GHK, Crepey Skin Escape, which cannot be put on at the same time as acids, and I just mentioned Triple Treat. So
Well,
you
could
would have to alternate
Yes.
those.
Agreed.
Just to say that. If by chance, we have talked about peels on the body page and stuff. If you wanted to do a peel just with the very thin skin, you would have to use a very mild acid. So you could use something like a TCA 13 maybe, 1 or 2 layers once a month.
Right.
That would be another option. So there's a few things that you could do.
Perfect. Okay, so Gina is from Florida, Fitzpatrick 3. Do you have any products that would help hypopigmentation? It seems no one wants to discuss this issue.
Probably because it's a little bit depressing because
Yeah, it is.
well, there is no real solution, unfortunately. It's the reason that there is a lack of color there is because the melanocytes are dead. They can no longer
It's
make
damaged.
color anymore in the skin. So you're left with that white mark. I have them too. But the only thing that I have been thinking about is potentially, the use of copper peptides because they can, they purposefully break down damaged, irregular tissues and stimulate the body to regenerate new tissues. So if you're applying something like this
Right.
could potentially
Right.
help to regenerate new normal tissues. So that's the only thing I can think of. And I think
Right.
that's why nobody talks about it because there really is no solution.
Right, exactly.
Other than stay out of the sun so they don't look as
True.
obvious.
Right,
Because
right,
the
right.
more color you get, the more obvious those are
They'll stand
not
out.
colored.
Okay, so Brenda has combination skin from St. Louis, Missouri, Fitzpatrick 2. She says 6 weeks ago I applied a TCA peel 13, 3 passes. I peeled perfectly, so now I have done 2 Mandelic peels 1 week apart. Would it also be okay to do another TCA 13 peel in 2 weeks? Stop the Mandelic peels for now, or do I have to wait a whole month? And would 6 Mandelic peels 1 week apart do the same thing as 1 TCA 13 peel?
Well, the first part of the question is you always just follow the recommendations of the last acid you applied. So
Right.
with Mandelic, you have to wait 1 week.
True.
With TCA, it's generally 4 weeks. So
Correct.
as long as you're following that, doesn't
Yeah.
matter what one you did last, just, you could do 6 of these and 1 of those, and then 6 of these and 1 of those and 1 of those, and it's fine. You can do whatever you like. As for is one acid going to equal another acid's results? Not really. I mean, when Mandelic is something that's just working on the very surface of your skin, just the very, very surface. I mean, Mandelic has a very large molecule, just like lactic has a large molecule. It's not penetrating deep in the skin, it's just taking the top off. Whereas TCA is penetrating much deeper into the skin. And then every
Right.
layer you apply, it's going deeper and deeper and deeper. That's why it's considered a medium depth peel, depending on how many layers you're applying. So, one is not going to equal another. They're both beneficial,
Correct.
and a lot of people love to do Mandelic instead of, not everybody wants to peel or
I'm
be
a fan.
peeling all the time.
I'm
Those
a
are
fan
my
of
2 favorite
Mandelic.
acids.
Yes, I love that.
Absolutely. If I'm not doing one, then that's the other one.
Agreed.
Yeah, but good choice. Just keep alternating them to your heart's content.
Okay. Ann Reid is from Florida as well, Fitzpatrick of 3. I did a second Jesner peel, 4 layers on the face and 5 on the hands 3.5 weeks ago. Results are slow, but I am peeling. What can you recommend to speed up the process? I use glycolic wash, Fade Bright, moisturizer. Love the results, but I'm anxious to speed up the process.
For your face
Well, yeah.
or your hands? Like, because your hands, that's just going to take longer. There's no changing that. It's, the average time is up to 30 days.
Yeah, the body takes a lot longer to peel.
Yeah, yep. So really, the best thing you can do is just keep things hydrated,
Yes.
and they're going to come off at the speed they're going to come off. When you're
Absolutely.
doing the face, we do have things that we sell, like Luminosity, which is our 0.55 retinoid. This is something that after you put your peel on, you could put this on, first day, second day, third day. Most people put it on maybe 3-4 days. This helps to speed up your peeling. On average, for most people, I would say a day or two quicker.
For sure.
Yeah, this will help to speed it up. So this is an option for you to speed that process up. And then sometimes, the last day or two really is just little bits coming off around, the outer hairline and things like that.
Right.
So you could use, the enzyme mask, or, here's like the enzyme mask, or maybe the diamond dermabrasion scrub or something to maybe get that off. You might knock a day off, if it's something like that, if it's just little bits coming off. So there's a way to shave a little bit off. But other than that, you don't want to take it off before
Yeah,
it's
be patient.
supposed to come off. Then
Yeah.
you're going to end up with like red skin that could possibly hyperpigment. You don't want that.
Okay, so Monica has combination skin from Canada, Fitzpatrick 4. She says, hi, I have done 3 TCA peeled 20s, not your brand. I will love to try your products, but should I still get TCA 20? I want to remove sunspots.
All right, so you've done 3 TCA peels, 20%.
We don't know the pH level of that peel because it's not ours.
Right, we really don't know that it's 20%, and that's
true,
just something
yeah.
interesting to talk about right now, because there are a lot of brands out there that you really don't know if that's the percentage that they are.
Right.
With us, you do. These are all certified peels. If we say it's 20%, it's 20%, 13%, 30%, whatever we say it is, that's what it is. There are a lot of places, and I've seen a lot of things, and I've had customers come to me very scared because, they thought they were purchasing a 30 and they put it on their face and their face is all burned, and clearly it was not a 30, or it was unbuffered when they said it was buffered. Just horrible things have happened, and that's because there are a lot of unscrupulous brands out there that are, making peels. So you can certainly start with our 20,
I would go with the
depending
13.
on if you've done it several times. And what I would suggest, in all honesty, is for you to email us or call us and tell us the brand.
Yeah.
Because if you tell us the brand, I might be able to say, well, okay.
Right.
I might trust that name.
Right.
If you tell me another brand, or I might say, well, nope, I would definitely try our 13 instead,
Right.
because I don't know what that is.
Especially if they say they purchased it on eBay or someplace.
Oh gosh, if you
never
purchase
know what
it
you're
on
getting.
eBay or Amazon or something like that, and it's not like a reputable brand, I wouldn't trust the percentage at all.
Yeah, we always recommend starting with 13 and building your way up to 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Robin has Fitzpatrick of 3. She's from Nebraska. I've been prepping with glycolic wash, retinol, and Fade Bright for almost 4 months. I was planning to do my very first peel this week, and 4 days ago, my skin got very dry and flaky, almost irritated dry. The only thing I added in the last week was my Australian Gold sunscreen. For the last 4 days, I've stopped my retinol and glycolic wash and used only Fade Bright once a day. I've been coating my face with Aqua 4 every morning and night, and it's not better. What can I do to get my skin back to normal so I can do my first peel? I've never had dry skin in my life. P.S. I'm a huge water drinker.
Okay, well, obviously, let's bump off that sunscreen. That obviously didn't work well for your skin.
Right.
Aquaphor is great to protect your skin, but it's not a moisturizer.
Right.
All Aquaphor does is lock in you know, what's there. It's protecting things, but it's not allowing your skin to breathe. It's not meant to be used as a moisturizer. It's not meant to be used long term. If you would like something from us, I would highly recommend the Nano Hyaluronic. Apply something like this when your skin is still moist after washing it. Like, you don't even need to dry your face. Literally wash your face and rinse it off, and by the time you like dry your hands off so you can get your products and get your serums in your hand and get this, you've still got a little bit of moisture. That's the perfect time to put it on. Go ahead and put your Nano Hyaluronic on with, you can put your Fade Bright on, and then I don't know what creams you put on, but
Yeah, she doesn't say.
But then once your serums are on, these are where you're gonna keep your skin really nice and moist. Then lock that in with your cream, your moisturizing cream. And then if you're really, really dry, you can put an oil on top of that to seal it in. Not an Aquaphor, put an oil on, like something like the Emu oil. This works really, really well because it's transdermal, so it's gonna help to penetrate things into your skin. This would be a good one. And then I would suggest a different brand, sunblock there. We love this Coats brand. This is the dermatologists like to use this brand.
Right.
This, I like the Flawless because it has a tint in it. This is SPF 50, which we feel is perfect for you. This is a really good one. It's, the physical sunblockers, so it's not gonna clog your pores or anything like that. That's a good one. I think just do that for a few days and you'll be fine, but just stop with the Aquaphor. That's not helping anything. That's actually probably harming things because your skin can't breathe.
Yeah, very true. All right, so Laura Lee is from Niagara Falls, Canada, Fitzpatrick of 3. I'm not using any retinol creams. How do I combine them with a TCA regimen? Also, I was wondering if there are any contraindications using TCA while doing RF, radio frequency, for skin tightening.
With using TCA, well, I would certainly alternate those. Now, I don't know how often, if this is an at-home radio frequency unit that you can use more often.
Okay.
Because they do have those.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure what the days are, like if that's a weekly thing or you do it if it's something you're doing like multiple times a week, then I would just treat that as like when you're done with that week, I would probably give it at least a week off, then you can do your peel, right? And then when your peel is done, you really should have 30 days downtime after that TCA peel before you are doing any other treatments to it. So that's what I would do. I would make sure you're waiting 30 days to do that. Now, as to how you're going to add in your retinoids there, anytime that you're not peeling from that TCA peel, you should be able to use your retinoids, use them in the evenings. And, with us, we suggest you start with the 0.15 fusion, start with about 3 days, kind of almost maybe like every other day. And add on days as your skin acclimates. If you're really dry, you can add on more moisturizers. You can dilute it by mixing it with another cream and then applying it. There are a lot of things you can do. And if people that are really, really sensitive or really dry, you can even put it on, leave it on for a couple hours and wash it off again. That's another way to start getting your skin used to retinoids. Excellent. I just read that one recently. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. I have to remember that one.
Excellent. All right, so Nanette is from Texas. She has a Fitzpatrick of 3. What is the best anti-aging skincare, age 55 techniques for my skin type to clear hyperpigmentation?
Well, so I don't know if we want to put you on a regimen, but obviously there's a couple of products you need to use every single day.
Right.
You need your skin turning over, so I'm always reaching for the fusion.
Right.
Start with 0.15, 3 times per week, add on.
Yes.
And then Fade Bright, this is our melanin inhibitor, so you want to use something like this, 1 to 2 times per day as your first product on the skin. SPF 50, of course. If you want to add a peel on, which I think will be a great idea, I would suggest starting off with like the Mandelic 40.
Yep.
That's my kind of favorite go-to. That's a great place to start. You can move to a Jesner as well. This is a much stronger option for you, but I think especially if this is your very first time, start with the Mandelic.
Yes.
In the future, if for some reason after you're doing a series of those, which is 6 to 8, it's not budging, then you could try something stronger.
Sounds good. All right, Barbara Lockhart is from Lexington, Kentucky. Another Fitzpatrick 3. I know this has been asked and answered before, but could you advise me on how long to wait after my 2-layer TCA peel to resume my nightly tretinoin cream? And also, when can I apply my daily vitamin C, water-based, and 10% lactic acid serum by another company? And trying to use these up so I can switch to platinum.
Of course. Well, generally speaking, when you do a peel and your skin is all done flaking, you should be good to start going back to your normal regimen. If you start using products at that point and it's irritating or burns or you have any kind of issues, rinse it off.
Right.
Wait another day or two and then start again. You should be fine.
Right.
So sometimes it takes a couple more days to acclimate at that fresh new skin, and sometimes it doesn't. Things like, the acids, like your vitamin C, those are the ones that could cause the irritation. So those are the ones that you might need to wait an extra day or two before you add those back in. But normal creams and, other products should be just fine to use probably 7 to 10 days after.
All right, so Cindy is from Seattle, Fitzpatrick of 2. She said her first question is, can you use Regenerate Serum on your scalp as a treatment for thinning hair and hair loss? I am currently using Retinol 30 as my daytime moisturizer. Is it okay, or should I be using another moisturizer as well? I also layer Fade Bright and Coats sunscreen.
Well, all right, 2 things. The first one that comes to mind real quick is your retinoids should always go on at night.
Right.
So try to put those on at night. And I realize that you're putting sunblock on top. That's good. But retinoids can be broken down by the sun. And even though you're putting that sunblock on, you still are probably not getting as much of the effectiveness as you could be getting if you're putting your retinol on at night. So try to bump that into your nighttime regimen, and then,
Right.
find a different moisturizer for the day. And yes, you should be using
Yes, for sure.
Another moisturizer. And I do realize, I know you're talking about the 0.30, that's our molecular serum. That was really oily feeling,
Yeah.
so that did leave a little bit of moisture. So if you like that and you feel like you're drier, here's a thought if you want something like that during the day, because this can be used day or night. This is an oil as well. This is the Essential Effects. This has the bakuchiol in there, which is a 1 to 2 dime per day product. You can use this during the day as your moisturizer if you like the oils, or if you're dry, I would normally suggest the, do we have one up here? No, we don't. Like the DermaSnap, that's our most moisturizing day moisturizer. I would suggest that. Oh, yes, I was gonna grab that too. Yes. And for the scalp, now I can't honestly say on the growth factor in the scalp.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna have to do some research on that. There's a
Absolutely.
possibility for sure.
Yes.
But right here, this is by Dr. Lockhart. This is the copper. This is the combination of the GHK and the 2nd generation. So this is a really cool product. This has all of his coppers in it. And this is the hair signals. And this is something that's very liquidy. It comes with the sprayer that you can spray into your scalp every day. And this is specifically for hair growth.
Absolutely.
So and for stimulating the scalp. And you can go ahead to this page on the website and read about it. There's a lot of interesting things. There's some graphs on there. So yeah, this is a good one to read about. It's not even expensive either. It's a great product.
It's a large bottle, too.
It's the big bottle, big 4-ounce bottle.
Absolutely.
This will last a long time because you don't have to saturate your hair
you're
or
just
anything. It's
spritzing.
light mist.
Yeah.
Separate your hair a little bit.
Into the area.
Mix it on, massage it.
All right, Jacqueline has dry skin, and she says, how do you layer Fade Bright and Retin-A?
Right. Well, if the Retin-A is a cream, that's pretty easy right there because Fade Bright's a serum. You can put that on first. But there is a school of thought where people want to put their prescriptions on first and let them settle in the skin and then put their normal products on. So I guess that depends on what your doctor is recommending. Like if your doctor is telling you you have really problem skin and that's why you're on this Retin-A.
Okay.
Sometimes they want you to put that in there, let it sit on your skin, and not have you put anything else on for, 20, 30 minutes. If that's what your directions were, then I would follow that.
Right.
And then go ahead and put your other products on, starting with your Fade Bright and then any other creams. Generally speaking, when people come to our website, they're okay putting it on at any time. And so we just follow in the natural order. We do our serums and then our creams. So if it's the Retin-A Micro, which is more the gel, you could put that one on first before the creams, you know.
Got it.
It just depends.
All right. Alicia from California, Fitzpatrick 4. I'm currently on tretinoin. Can I still perform a peel? If so, how do I prepare for it?
Well, you're on your way. I don't know what peel you're preparing for, but you know, retinoids are perfect preparation for especially TCA and Jesner.
Absolutely.
Really good to prepare with that. Also, you want to use things like, you know, acid cleansers. You want to make sure you're using an SPF. You want to make sure you're using an antioxidant. Things like vitamin C or copper, you know, things that are stimulating healing in your skin. Oh, right, you're a Fitzpatrick 4.
Yes.
Yes. So if you're doing one of these deeper peels, you want to add in your Fade Bright.
Absolutely.
So, or, you know, a melanin inhibitor for sure. And we want to do that for at least 3 to 4 weeks to make sure that we don't get PIH. If you're doing a mild peel, like a Mandelic or a lactic or something, you might not need to use the Fade Bright, but we don't know that because you didn't say.
No. Okay, so Donna is from Texas. She says, I have been using Fade Bright Infusion A Luminosity Level 4 for the past 4 months, and I feel like I'm not getting the results / improvement with my dark spots / pigmentation discoloration. Am I using the wrong products? What do you recommend?
No, I don't think you're using the wrong products. I think, well, number one, always look at photos.
Yes.
Because a lot of times there is great improvement, but you're so
Absolutely.
busy looking in the mirror, thinking you remember what it used to look like, yet not really remembering that you're not actually seeing the changes.
Yes.
That's why it is so important to take, like, if you have a picture from that first month,
Yes.
I would like to see that next to what your skin looks like right now. Because
Yes.
I would venture to say there should be some improvement.
Because level 4 luminosity is quite strong.
That's very strong.
Yes.
I mean, that's literally like using a Retin-A a little bit. I would.
Doesn't say she's doing any sort of peels.
I was gonna say, like, I would add on a peel. I would add on maybe, since you seem to have some tough skin. If you're putting that on every day, I would go right for, you know, Jesner for sure. Probably, you know, start with 2 layers or so.
For sure.
Maybe a 3rd layer if you can take it on, if you have like specific spots that are bothering you. In the future, sometimes you can do a Jesner plus a TCA or a Jesner plus a Dream Peel, things like that. Jesner plus your Luminosity.
Right.
You have a couple of options. We have several videos on the website to show you, but you're doing what's right. You're using SPF 50, I hope, every single day. I mean, other than that, at least take a picture now.
Yes.
You know, so you can look from now forward and be
Agreed.
able to make some comparisons. Because you would just be amazed at what changes there are. You're so busy looking at this dot that you didn't notice that, you know, these 6 ones are gone.
True.
You know, you have to take a photo.
All right, so Jennifer is from the UK. She has dark skin, a Fitzpatrick of 6. What percentage do you recommend starting with TCA for the knees?
Well, with a Fitzpatrick of 6, so you're on the far end of our scale. So with darker skin requires longer preparation if you're going to be doing a stronger peel like TCA
Yes.
or even Jesner. So Fade Bright,
Yes.
we want to use this for bare minimum 4 weeks. And
Absolutely.
especially on thicker skin like the knees and the elbows.
Yes.
You really want to pre-treat that area too. And I'm going to suggest triple treat here, which is 25% acid, because, you know, the knees are thick. You have a lot of thick, dead skin there. And we need to thin some of that out so the peel is going to penetrate evenly and you're going to get an effective peel. So on a daily basis, Fade Bright and triple treat. I want you to start using this at least 3 times a week after your showers. this every day, this 3 times a week to get some of that dead skin off. And then after 4 to 5 weeks, you should be ready to start with a peel.
Right.
And I'm not going to tell you a super high percentage. I mean, I'm going to, with Fitzpatrick 6, I'm going to say something along the lines of like a TCA 13.
Yes.
Maybe 2 layers. And let's see how that goes. It's going to take a couple of weeks for that to peel or even start peeling.
Right. Yeah, the body
Probably
takes
2
a
weeks.
while. Yeah, about 2 weeks.
And then like you'll feel like nothing happened, and it might even get darker in
Yeah.
those 2 weeks. So make sure no sun, SPF, or wear long pants, a skirt, things like that. And then just keep it nice and moisturized with like shea butter or emo oil. And in a couple weeks that will come off, and you're gonna have to do a series of peels. And as soon as it's done flaking, go back to your Fade Bright.
Yeah, pre-treat before each and every peel.
Yep, keep pre-treating.
Okay, CC is from New York, Fitzpatrick 2. Why would I choose a Dream Peel over TCA? Or would I? I'm aging gracefully. Thanks so much.
Why would I?
I know, because it doesn't hurt.
Oh, there you go.
Dream
Yeah,
Peel
right?
doesn't sting or burn when it's
That's
applied.
true. It feels just like you're putting a face serum on. It feels like nothing.
Yes. It has a little bit of a delayed reaction that catches up
That
with
it
you.
does. It does have a delayed reaction in a couple days.
Yes, you get a little
then
hot feeling.
feel a little sensitized.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel my face is literally warm to the touch.
Almost like a mild sunburn
Yes.
feel.
That is
And
exactly.
not everybody has that effect.
No, some people are like, I
have that
feel
effect.
nothing.
Yeah, no, I feel like a flush and a sunburn-like feeling.
I do too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do too, and especially like even if I put it on after a peel or something. Like I mean, my face is literally hot. Like
Right.
you would think I did have a sunburn or something. I'm
Exactly.
like, wow.
Yes.
It's like temperature. You could feel it on me, but it only lasts for like 2 days and then it's gone. But yeah, when you put it on, it's nothing,
Yeah, and you get
and you do get peeling.
you get peeling. It's a different type of peeling. It's more like really fine flakes.
fine
Almost
all
like
over.
dandruff.
Like you could roll it.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely different.
Yeah, it's more like if you were to do a milder acid, but get more peeling
Yeah,
from that
yeah,
acid.
it's more effective.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely unique, and I really feel it's been a game changer. Even for both people who don't want to use something that's going to sting,
Yeah.
and when they add it as a finishing layer.
Absolutely. Then
People
it
love
amps up
that.
your peels.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
for
love that.
sure.
Okay, June Chandler is from United Kingdom, Fitzpatrick of 2. Can I layer Mandelic peel? When layering, do you wash off each layer or apply on top of a previous layer? What peel should I use for the first time for my eyes? Let's talk about layering the Mandelic first.
Yeah, well, we don't want to layer mandelic, really. Any hydroxy acid like mandelic, glycolic, lactic, salicylic, these are only applied a single time. You apply it to the face, and then they're timed. So they react with how long they stay on the skin. Whereas when you put like TCA or Jesner on, that's like 5 minutes, and then
Right.
it's done. That's so you have to reapply it again to kick it back to working again, and then it shuts off. And then you have to put it on again, and it shuts off. With these, they just keep going until you rinse them off.
Right.
I mean, it could literally go for an hour. Now, that doesn't mean it's a very strong peel or
Right.
anything like that at that hour mark, but yeah, you don't reapply this. You put it on one time only. Time it. I suggest 5 minutes the first time with Mandelic, maybe
Yes.
10 minutes next time. You can up it 15, 20. I kind of say add on 5 minutes each as you go. I think that works fine.
And she
And then what
says,
was the other one?
what should I use for my first time eye peel?
Oh, for eye peels. And I dropped it on the floor over there. We have our TCA eye peel kit.
Yes.
Which is our 7% TCA. So you get a little bottle of the 7% TCA and the luminosity and the Matrixyl Synth 6.
Yes.
And you're going to do about 2 or 3 layers. Watch the video. Like go right to the just look eye peel kit on the website and go right to that page. You can watch the demonstration video. It is very easy, and it's not going to be a heavy flake by any means. It's going to be dry,
Right.
Because we're applying it very dry to be very safe. We don't want any kind of drip skinning in your eyes, which is a very safe way to apply this. So it's not a heavy peel, but it's super good. You're still stimulating collagen and elastin. good for the eye area. So that's where you want to start. Don't think like Mandelic or something. Oh, go for the TCA.
Yes. All right, so Monica Miller is from Maryland, Fitzpatrick 4. Is there any kind of peel that I can use now that warm weather is coming? I haven't been able to do any over the winter. I normally wear a hat in the sun, but I'm concerned about sweating now that the weather is warmer. Is there any peel that I can do safely, or should I just wait until autumn? I have been keeping up with all of my products 2 times per day, which are Fade Bright, Retinol, vitamin C, and potions. 2 times per day, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, retinol, do your retinoids just at night.
Your C in the morning, your retinol at night.
Yeah, and you can do Fade
Your
Bright
Fade
twice
Bright
a
and
day,
potions are twice.
a
Yes.
day. Yeah. So, well, there are a lot of people that peel all year long. If you're not going to be spending time laying in the sun trying to get a tan, you can do your peels all year long.
Oh, yeah.
If you're really concerned, like you are a very heavy sweater and you're concerned about that, I mean, just the first few days I would avoid being outside. Like, let's say you did a nice heavy TCA peel. We do want you to avoid excessive sweating. So, like, we want you to avoid exercising because if you sweat before that skin's ready to lift off, you're going to get like bubbles on your skin with sweat in there, and that's not very attractive.
No.
So I would say if you're planning on doing a peel, try a heavier peel like that. Try to do it at a time, if it's a hot time, where you can stay in the house those first few days. But once it starts peeling, then you're good. You're fine. You go outside with your big hat and your sunblock, you're okay. But you can do any of those peels all year long. If you want a really mild peel, I mean, do the Mandelic peel. Like Mandelic 22, Mandelic 40. Or if you don't want to peel at all, I mean, Lactic 50 is a good option too. Because you really won't get any visible peeling, but your skin will continuously improve every time that you do it, every week that you do it. So those are all good options.
Perfect. All right, so Natalie is, she's in the Caribbean. Fitzpatrick of 4. She says, can I use Retin-A instead of your retinol products? Can I do a TCA with a Jesner's first? Can I use Luminosity after my TCA peel? Why don't you have a smaller size in Dream Peel?
Why?
Okay, so let's start.
Yes, you can use the Retin-A instead of the retinol. A lot of people have Retin-A. That's fine.
Of course.
No problem.
Can she do a TCA and Jesner?
Or without a Jesner. Like you can do TCA by itself. You can do Jesner by itself. That's an advanced method.
Agreed.
So yeah, we talk about that a lot. People ask about it, especially if you're in the group. They're always asking about that. That's just an option. But
they've worked their way up to that.
Yes. But absolutely, you can do those separately. Can you use the luminosity after? Absolutely. This is something that will help to enhance your peel. It's one of our peel boosters, we like to call that. It can make you peel a little bit quicker, and obviously gives you all those vitamin A benefits when that skin is primed to accept it. And then, why don't we have the small size Dream Peel? Well, this is not a huge bottle to begin with. Actually, it's this size right here, same size as our eye cream.
Yes.
So doing a little sample size of that just didn't seem like a good option for us. I mean, you would get, maybe 1 peel out of it?
Right.
It just,
because you apply it daily for up to 3 days.
Yeah, it's not like a one-time application.
Yeah.
We don't know if you're gonna put it on 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. You don't know how much solution. You might need a lot of solution to do that. It's just, because it's such a customizable peel, because there's directions, there's ointments, there's different things that go with it, it needed to be one size, a packaged kit, the way it is. So, I'm sorry.
All right. Liz is from Georgia, Fitzpatrick 2. I have fair skin and have brown spots all over my forearms and legs. I have been using Fade Bright and Triple Treat cream for about a month, but I can barely tell a difference. Are regular TCA 30 peels the best way to deal with them? If so, can I treat my arms and legs at the same time?
Well, number 1, take a picture right now.
Yes.
Especially on things like arms and legs when there are so many spots. The only way you will ever be able to notice and see if things are really changing is if you're gonna put those side by side and look at some comparisons.
Right.
There's no way you're gonna remember looking at this leg versus this leg.
For sure.
You know, week 8 to week 9. But yeah, so continue using those, number one. And then, because now you're kind of primed to do your peel.
Right.
Now, TCA 30 is an option for sure. If you have that one, then go ahead. Start with one layer and do that. Jesner is another option. This is a great option because Jesner has the resorcinol and the lactic, which are geared towards hyperpigmentation problems. So this is another option. You know, so depending on what you have,
Now,
you can
should
use either
she
or.
treat arms and legs separate times, or can she do them all at once?
Generally speaking, I suggest to do only, you know, we don't want to cover your body in acid. I like to do like one large section at a time. So if you're going to do your legs today, I suggest you only do your legs today, and then tomorrow, you know, do your arms. Or a lot of people like to do their face, neck, and chest, and then, oh, but I want to do my face, neck, and chest, and my arms, and my hands, and my legs, and break
Space
that
it
up
out.
over the course of like 2 to 3 days.
Right.
Because it's just safer for your body.
Okay. Paula's from North Carolina, Fitzpatrick 2. I am over 65, and every few months I started doing a TCA 13 peel. Is there a daily or weekly peel I can use to help my aging skin look good in between the TCA peels?
So you're doing a peel every few months. Oh, yeah, so you have plenty of time.
Yeah.
Well, number one, make sure you're using like retinoids every single day, because this is going to keep your skin looking amazing. This and like an acid cleanser, like the revitalizing cleanser, something like this on an everyday basis is going to keep your skin exfoliated and turning over and smooth. These are the kinds of products that you use in between peels. But if you want to do a peel, like a milder peel, most people like to do the Mandelic 40, you know, lactic 50 if you don't really want to see any visible peeling.
Right.
I mean, those are the big ones. Dream Peel is another one that you could potentially do. This one doesn't have, you know, it's easy to put on, no pain. We were just talking about that. You know, easy peasy, put it on 1, 2, 3 nights in a row, whatever suits your fancy. And yeah, those are all great options as long as you follow the recommendations of the last product you applied to make sure that you're leaving enough room before you're applying another acid. You know, when you did that TCA peel, you need to wait 4 weeks before you do a peel. So if that's Mandelic, you know, then wait a week, and then wait another week. You know, just always make sure to follow the recommendations of that last acid you applied.
Perfect. All right. So Noelle Denke has dry skin. She is from California, Fitzpatrick 1. She says, I like peels. I was doing 3 layers of TCA 20. Under the regimen, I was pretty much done peeling in about 5 days.
Wow.
Then I got Dream Peel, understanding that it's supposed to speed up the peeling process. Actually, though, it made it take about 10 days. I think I talked to her. Oh, yeah. I remember this. I called Platinum Skincare, and Dora said to cut back on the layers of TCA, so I did only 1 layer of TCA, 1 layer of Dream Peel. I am on day 6 and just began peeling. Am I doing something wrong?
Not necessarily. I mean, how many times did you do that peel and then peeled in 5 days? That's really, really fast.
Yeah.
That's not the
Right.
norm.
Yes.
Normally, you don't even begin
Correct.
your peeling until day 3 to 5.
Right.
And then you're going to peel for another 3 to 5 days. The process usually lasts 7 to 10 days. By the time, you know, you've started that, you've applied your acid, you will be done at some point between 7 and 10 days.
Right.
So how you're peeling now is correct. This is how your skin turns over. I don't know what was going on at the very beginning, and I venture to say that you could go ahead right now and go back and put 3 layers of a 20 on, and you might not peel that fast again.
Right.
I mean, that could have been a fluke for real.
And I believe when I spoke to her, I'm trying to remember the conversation. I speak to so many different clients and customers. I want to say when she was doing the 3 layers of TCA followed by the Dream Peel, she peeled in that 5 days, but then she was peeling again in a few weeks. And then that's why I said, well, let's cut back to, 1 or 2 layers only of TCA with the Dream Peel, because then, you're going to peel maybe a little bit quicker, then maybe something deeper. So I know we went back and forth on a few things, but it doesn't look like she's doing anything wrong.
No,
and I told her skin.
And how she's peeling is fine.
Yeah, and you can get more peeling sometimes than others, depending on the cycle of your skin, et cetera.
You sure can. It is a different process every single time you do a peel. Your skin is in a different state.
Yes.
It's always going to be new.
Yeah, it's
and exciting.
Yes. Okay, so Laura is from Florida, Fitzpatrick 3. I have thick Italian skin with tons of rolling boxcar scars, but no ice pick scars. I have used your peels in the past, and I know what my skin can handle. I have just completed my first TCA peel of, doing a series of TCA cross with 30%, then 2 layers, Jesner, and 4 layers, TCA 15. I dilute the TCA 30 because I'm in between 5 layers of TCA 13 and afraid to go to TCA 20. I have used your Emu Oil, Regenerate, Supercup 2X, and Retinol 20 for my daily routine. My question is, should I be weary of going to 20 and doing 1 layer of Jesner's after? Or should I just go for it?
4 layers of 15. I think you could do 1 layer of TCA 20 without a problem.
Right.
I don't think that's a problem. I mean, you're doing...
Yeah, she's doing 4 of 15.
4 layers of a 15.
Yes, agreed.
I think you're fine.
I think she's climbed the ladder and she's fine.
You've climbed it safely.
Yes. Let's see. Question 2. Is there anything else I can add to really help these boxcar scars more quickly? She's got 2X, she says.
Well,
she's got Regenerate. And she's got Retinol. She's got all the goods.
The
Serum 30, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe incorporate a serum.
Yeah, serum 30. Do we have a serum 30? Someone should make a note of that. Serum 30.
Yeah. She could try that, like alternating that with her retinol possibly.
Yeah, because you can apply serum 30 more often. So that's something that you could put on to help, break down that scar tissue more often, and then put this on. Now, how many are you putting this on? You're probably putting this on every night. Your skin seems to be quite sturdy.
Yeah.
And sometimes there are other things that you could do. Scars, sometimes you need to do other things.
Yeah.
And there's different needling
Yes,
techniques. And I'm talking
absolutely.
professionally, too.
Absolutely.
Going in and having a doctor take a look. Because, the rolling scars are the tough ones. The really tough ones to take care of. The boxcar is just, a combination of all the ice pick scars all put together.
Yes.
But it's so you can do the cross on those, but those rolling scars, those are, under the skin, all that undulation. Something like that, you might have to have a doctor see if they've got some other options for that. But nonetheless, what you are doing can only help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Continuing doing those treatments and continuously peeling that, you're getting deeper as you go. Things are going to continue to improve.
Agreed.
And maybe even if you're just spot treating with this too, if you get one of the serums, maybe like the Super CP serum, if you're just spot treating with this, you could do the Super CP serum everywhere.
Right.
I'm not quite sure how you're putting this on, if you're just putting it on teeny little areas, or if you can because some people can put this just everywhere without a problem. If you're putting this everywhere without a problem, then just disregard I even said that.
Okay. All right. Janie is from Baton Rouge, Fitzpatrick of 1. I have rough patches on my legs. Will one of your products be the best alternative which one of your products is the best alternative besides a chemical peel?
Well, for rough skin, I would suggest you can use this 15% body wash in the shower, and we give you a little puff with it. So this helps to get a lot of that dead skin off, and then you can use the Triple Treat body lotion. I would suggest this about 3 times a week. It is a treatment. You can use it every day. I use it every day on a good portion of my body, but not everywhere.
Right.
And it just depends on how your skin handles it. But 3 to 5 times per week you can use this, and this will get rid of the dead skin.
Yes.
There's no question. It's 25% acid and 15% acid.
Yes.
This will take care of it.
Awesome.
And it's very moisturizing too. If you need more moisture, you can add on some emu oil or some shea butter.
Oh, yes.
Those are both great.
Perfect. All right, Stacy is from Tennessee, Fitzpatrick of 3. I watch the copper videos, but I can never remember when it comes time to getting ready for bed, which ones you can use with retinol versus tretinoin. Is there any easy way to remember?
Yeah, if it has a GHK in it,
Yeah.
you need to keep away from acids.
Yes.
That's the fragile one. That's his
Yes.
first product. So the GHK, the 7%
generation.
accelerant, is his, first generation. This is the one that he came out with first, so it's not as strong, and they didn't know, hey, people are going to want to put this stuff on with acids, and
Right.
tretinoin's an acid, or acid serums and things like that.
Right.
So this wasn't meant to be, it wasn't formulated to be put on with things like that. So use this, this is for your gentle, sensitive skin people. And then he created his second generation with, that was one of the primary things, was to make sure that this could hold up next to tretinoin and other acids. So this was made specifically to be put on. So the CP serum, super CP serum, super COP 2X, these can go on next to acids.
Actually, Super CP has a smidge of salicylic in it.
Yes,
as
it
well.
does. Yeah, yes, absolutely.
All right. Francis is, this comes all the way from Berlin.
Ooh.
Oily skin, Fitzpatrick 3. Did a TCA 30 peel for my knuckles and scars, and they got super dark. How do I fix this?
TCA 30, Fitzpatrick 3.
Yeah. Free
Well,
treating,
my
we don't
question
know.
is too, like when you did that peel, were you using sunblock, or were you just going out every day thinking this is okay? Because when you are doing peels on like your hands and body parts that are going to be in the sun all the time, you have to remember when you do a peel, that skin needs to be protected from the sun 100%.
Yes.
So if you did this nice deep peel, which TCA 30 is a nice deep peel, and then you're outside and the sun is hitting that, it's going to make it darker,
Absolutely.
darker, and you're going to cause more problems because now your skin is even more sensitive to the sun.
Right.
So that could be a big part of that, because not everybody thinks of that. When you do like hand peels, you have to think of this as like hand cream.
Yes,
You've
ma'am.
got to be putting this on constantly when you're outside. You wash your hands, you've got to have SPF. So that could be part of it. I would suggest Fitzpatrick 3 is pretty darn light.
Yeah.
So,
but we
I
don't
mean,
know how
it's-
many layers she applied either. So
True. Oh my gosh. Let's hope
Doesn't
that was
say.
one layer. And a lot of times when people do their hands, they make the mistake of, like, let's say getting a big Q-tip and getting it nice and drippy wet
right.
and really covering it. So they're putting like 3 layers on there. It's wet and drippy, and they've done an insane peel on there and then end up going in the sun and doing all these crazy. I'm not saying you did that.
Right,
But in case you did, that could be what happened. So let's try to fix this. Number 1, SPF.
Yes.
Number 2,
Fade Bright.
some like Fade Bright. And I'm going to say to use this with your SPF, and probably like if you have retinol, you can use that. If you have Serum 30, you can use that. If you have Triple Treat, you can
Yes.
use that. Something to exfoliate that skin. I'm not going to tell you to do another peel. But you do need to try to get that skin off in a little gentler way.
Yes.
That's why I'm suggesting like these topicals.
Yes.
The only thing I can think of is if after, 4 to 6 weeks it's not budging,
Right.
you might have to go in and get a prescription from a doctor
Right.
to lighten that.
Absolutely.
They might have to do like a hydroquinone 12% or something
Sure.
along those lines.
I did have a client once had similar situation, but it was on her feet. And she did lactic 50 once a week. She did
remember.
Fade Bright and daily, and then Triple Treat, 3 to 5 times a week. And
That worked.
yeah, that worked for her. She was very consistent. She took photos before and after.
I
Kept me updated all throughout because she was so upset at the beginning of the process, and she didn't know about pre-treating. And she started off not with one of our peels, but found us through panic searching things and counseled her through, and she ended up having great results.
I remember that. I remember you talking about her.
Yes, absolutely.
That's exactly it. So, well, consider that too. Then consider possibly a lactic 50 after a few weeks of treating this with Fade Bright.
Okay.
And Triple Treat.
Jacqueline, dry skin from Indiana. She says, can I apply Fade Bright to my upper eye area, to the creases? So maybe by the brow bone.
Yeah, if you have hyperpigmentation there, that's just skin. It should be fine.
Yeah.
If for some reason, there is a little bit of alcohol in the Fade Bright. There has to be because of the alpha arbutin. If for some reason you're getting a little bit dry, make sure you're not applying too much. Make sure that when you apply it, you're applying a good moisturizer after, like our Platinum Eye Cream.
Right.
Super emollient.
Yes.
Or apply it only, make sure you only do it 1 time a day, not 2 times a day. Just trying to not get you dry, but you can absolutely apply it to your eyes.
All right. This comes from Canada, Fitzpatrick of 6. Name is Dochi. She said, hi, ladies. Can peels help get rid of old stretch marks, 20 years plus, on both thighs? And if so, which ones would you recommend for skin of color? And how would I apply them? I'm doing TCA cross on my acne scars and would like to know if I can work on my face and body at the same time.
Is that the same one? That's the same one we talked about.
I think
that's
it is.
Double. Because she did that.
That's right, yes.
We already answered her because we
Absolutely.
were like, yeah. And she
has
did that and
melasma
got the
on her face.
hyperpigmentation.
Yes, yep. So that was a duplicate.
That was the one where we started
Yes.
breaking up.
Right, exactly.
Triple treat,
Yes,
Fade Bright.
absolutely.
And let's use a milder TCA like 13%.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And Super Cop 2X, just in case.
This looks like, let me see. All right.
There you
I'm
go.
seeing if there was any questions online. So this is our last
I was like,
question.
we'd have to refresh it, but yeah, I think it would show there anyways, wouldn't it?
I would think so. I don't
we'll
know.
have to
Facebook's
find
been
that
having
again.
issues today, so
Right.
it's hard to say.
I'm gonna just make sure. Oh. Okay. So
Okay.
you got that one in there.
Okay, perfect. All right, so this one is from Jot and Combination Skin from California, Fitzpatrick 5. I am 45 with skin between a Fitzpatrick of 4 and 5 with some acne scars, fine lines, and melasma. Also wrinkles. If I'm starting with mandelic acid peel weekly and want to try Jesner or TCA in a few weeks, how long should I wait? We'll stop there because it's a long question. So she's doing mandelic. You have to wait at least 1 week before you move on to like a
Yeah, I
Jesner or
was still
TCA.
literally reading that. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Fitzpatrick 4. I'm sorry, Fitzpatrick 5.
So do I need to stop using hydroquinone before the medium depth peels?
I mean, I don't know about hydroquinone. Probably a couple days. Because
Yeah.
hydroquinone can cause some irritation.
And then she says the medium depth peels, just like, does she need to stop the hydroquinone just like she does the retinol? So she knows the retinoid she needs to stop.
I know you don't need to stop it for
Okay.
a week, but a couple of days I
Okay.
think would be fine.
Can I wash my face daily with a salicylic acid wash while
Yes.
doing weekly peels? Let's see, or just a gentle wash. Any recommendations for gentle wash?
Anything,
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
I mean, I use the AB cleanser when I do the peels. So, I mean, it's whatever your skin can tolerate. It's not a problem. It's not like it's a leave-on acid.
Right.
I think most people know what cleanser they're comfortable with.
Okay, she
You
says,
can just keep using it.
Yeah, do you recommend for or against doing facials after superficial versus medium peels? How long should I wait before getting a facial after a peel? Then let's answer that first because she's got 3 questions here.
You can get a facial afterwards. I mean, once your skin is done peeling, I know when we ran the spa, we would do, if somebody had a peel 1 week or a microdermabrasion 1 week, they would generally schedule them about 7 to 8 days later and do a facial. And that's just to help get, any dead things off. Then they would do a moisturizing mask and all
Right.
the kinds of things like that. It's not going to harm anything. Because they're not going to be doing any kind of major treatments. You wouldn't get anything other than a nice, relaxing facial.
Correct.
You're not going to get any other treatments.
No.
Nothing along the, no radio frequency, no microdermabrasion. Just a nice cleansing facial with a mask and some massaging on your arms.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Hydrating
Sure, go
facial.
ahead.
Okay, if I have laser hair removal on my face, how long should I wait to restart peeling? And how long before laser should I stop using the peels?
Now, that one I am not 100% on because, I mean, you're generally going to get your laser hair removal, if I recall, it's like on a 4-week schedule.
Yeah, and you do it monthly, so you may have to
Consistently.
stop.
When are you going to get your peels in that? I don't think you're going to be able to get
Yeah.
your peels in if you're on that laser schedule.
If you want to hit all those hair cycles.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to take a break.
You may have to.
Mm-hmm.
You may have to. Or you're going to have to switch to like a very gentle peel,
Yes.
like a mandelic peel or something where you could sneak in a weekly peel in between that.
Yes.
But you're not going to be able to do like a TCA peel or something.
Right. Well, and she said, thank you. You guys are awesome. Sorry for so many questions. Okay, so
Oh, one more.
we have one more, and this is from Alyssa, and she says, hi, I did a TCA 7 3-layer peel with Dream Peel on top 2 weeks ago. My focus is,
I think it's supposed to be 11 lines.
yeah, I'm thinking so. My focus is 11 lines and wrinkles, which are these, and texture around my chin. I am 51 and trying to concentrate on these issues. However, I had another esthetician tell me that I should concentrate on using lactic instead of TCA. That sounds very confusing to me. What are your thoughts on that? If I alternate TCA and lactic, do I still have to wait a month after the TCA to do a lactic peel?
Well, it sounds to me like that esthetician just isn't very well versed in the acids and what they can do. And they're looking more for something to just get you in there and get some milder peels going. Because lactic is a lovely peel. It's going to help if you're constantly doing a series like every single week.
Right.
It will help to improve, the texture of your skin and some pigmentation, but it's not going to, stimulate collagen and elastin like a TCA peel is. There's absolutely no comparison. You're talking about one of the mildest peels compared to a medium depth peel.
Yes. Yes.
So, I mean, it's fine to do a lactic peel here and there
Right.
when you're looking for a no downtime peel, but I would not say, oh, that's a much better option.
Right. Well, and it sounds like she's looking to know too, does she have to wait that whole month after 3 layers of 7 in the Dream Peel? I would say yes.
I would say yes. You put 3 layers on, you're going to get flaking. It doesn't always matter what percent it is.
No, I love the 7 with the Dream Peel.
It's not as
I love it.
irritating.
Yes.
You're still going to get flaking.
Yes.
Like I remember when we were first coming out with TCA, oh my gosh, how long ago was that? And it was always about, I don't even know what percent we started off with when we were playing around with it, but it was just a matter of, it's never been about what percent it is,
Right,
really. It's how
right.
many layers you're putting on.
Yeah.
You put 5, 6, 7, 10 layers of that on, it's going to be a very, very, very
Yeah,
deep peel. It
absolutely.
doesn't matter if it's 5%.
Yeah,
If you've got 10 layers on, it's going deep into your skin. That's just the beauty of it.
Absolutely.
It could be a non-irritating peel.
Yeah, yeah.
And you could get amazing results.
That's
So
why I
yeah,
like
some
it.
percent's great.
Yeah, so just wait 1 week after the lactic and a month after your TCA and just keep moving around. Keep moving along.
Yeah. I mean, go back and see her for some other things, but maybe not peels.
Yeah.
Get your relaxing facial.
There you go.
After your
Sounds
peel.
like she's on a good track, though. The 7 with the Dream Peel,
Yeah.
3 layers.
Yeah, well, we had a lot of issues today for whatever reason. Well, Facebook had their issues.
Yes,
But
yes.
we will have this posted online at some point in the next couple of days because always when you ask your questions, they will be time-stamped and put on the Peel University page. Even if you weren't here to see us and talk to us live, your answer will always be there, so it'll be really easy for you to find it. It'll be by your name, and you'll have a timestamp. So, hey, I want to thank you for not joining us today. And we will see you soon. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, I'm sure, when we do our next live. I hope it goes better next time.
Me as well.
Well, you have a super day, and if you have any other questions, just reach out to us at support@platinumskincare.com. Call us, 1-800-917-3155. What else?
586-598-6093. That's
Uh-huh.
a secondary number.
What else? No, I think that's about it. That's about it. Or, obviously go to platinumskincare.com for all your wonderful skincare needs, and we will see you soon. Have a great day.